Hi, welcome to Sexy is Timeless Talk. I am Luisa Diaz, author of Sexy is Timeless. I'm founder of Luisa Diaz Foundation, which is a celebration of kindness, coming to you from Manhattan, New York. Now, let me introduce to you my fabulous friends and co-hosts.
Hello, everyone. I'm Samantha Drucker, your lifestyle genie and author of 90 Days to Husband Number Two, coming to you from sunny Hollywood Beach, Florida.
Hey everyone, it's Delaina Dixon, editor-in-chief of divagalsdaily.com, and I'm coming to you from the Peach State, Georgia.
And I am so excited today because our special guest is Rob Shooter, a TV personality who hosted VH1 Gossip Table and appears regularly on Wendy Williams. And he's bringing to us some inside scoop, and I can't wait. Hi, Rob, how are you?
Hey, ladies, you all look so delicious. Sexy is timeless. It's timeless,
Sexy
ladies.
is timeless, darling. It's timeless. So, Rob, before we start our chat, I hear that you lost 65 pounds during the pandemic while all of us are gaining weight. How did you do it?
I did. It's absolutely true, Louisa. I just had to get out of the house. So normally I spend my life as a gossip columnist, as a TV host, podcaster, running around New York meeting fun people. I haven't left my apartment in over a year. And so each day I decided to just go for a walk. It's that easy. It's almost unbelievable, isn't it? But don't think about losing 65 pounds. Think about losing 1 pound. Just go for a walk. And suddenly, after a year of doing this every day, running, walking around New York City, I dropped 65 pounds. I feel great. I got to admit, I'm no happier. Thank you. I was really happy before. I'm a really happy guy. So I didn't do it to get healthy or to get happy or to meet a guy in 90 days. Who did that? You did. I didn't do it to do that. I just did it.
What about to be sexy and timeless?
I just wanted something to do each day. And what I figured out, Louisa, if I can spend an hour every Monday watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, if I can spend an hour each week watching The Kardashians, I've got an hour. I have got it to go for a walk. Nobody is too busy. It's just not a priority. And so getting healthy, being fit was not my priority until this year, till the pandemic. And I suddenly decided I'm going to find an hour every single day. I'm worth it. And so now I've been walking around the city and I feel great. Thank you.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations. And that is the silver lining of the pandemic, that we got, to really take care of ourselves and do the things that we didn't have time to do. But
Right.
also you host a very popular podcast called Natty But Nice in iHeart Radio. So are you feeling naughty, darling, today? Can you give us some scoop?
Hope so.
Naughty and nice.
You've got the naughty covered. You three can be naughty all day. I think it's part of the secret of my success. I should point out too that our Tuesday co-host on the podcast is one of my favorite people in the world. It's Delaina Dixon. So every Tuesday, Delaina Dixon joins me, and we do this 20-minute gossip podcast. iHeart came to me and asked if I'd be willing to do a daily show. And now we're in the top 10 on Apple charts. And so we do it 5 days a week. We're number 5 today on the charts. And I think the secret to our success, Delaina, is that we're naughty but nice. We're not mean girls, and we're not so nice that it's a little bit dull. It's in the middle. It's naughty but nice.
We do get a little saucy and spicy on the show, but we are definitely nice. We love celebrities. We don't hate them. And so we want to treat them with respect. But when they do something a little,
naughty,
we're going to talk about it.
Yes.
Of course, we wanted to talk about it. But before we talk about those celebrities inside scoop, I wanted you to share with us a little bit how you start. You start as a celebrity, a publicist.
I did.
Celebrity, yeah. Who were the most famous clients that you have?
Oh, you might have heard of Jennifer Lopez. I represented Jennifer. You
I
might
was,
have heard of P. Diddy, Puffy. I repped
oh,
Diddy. I repped Kate Spade. May she rest in peace. I love Kate Spade. I represented Naomi Campbell, the supermodel, Tyra Banks. I also represented Bon Jovi. Jessica Simpson was my client too, and Ashley Simpson. So a lot of different celebrities, and I loved it. I learned an enormous amount from them. I felt guilty. They were paying me lots and lots of money for my PR advice, but really I should have been paying them for giving me a front row at pop culture history. I learned so much from Diddy, J-Lo, Jessica, and no, it was a really fun time. For over a decade, I was a celebrity publicist. As one of my cheeky friends said, every train wreck stopped in my station. So I had a lot of difficult clients, a lot of talented clients. Oh, of course, too. Alicia Keys, I repped Alicia Keys for years as well. And some really, really talented, extraordinary people. And I loved it. I learned a great deal. And I think the reason I'm such a successful gossip columnist and I'm so good at what I do now is because I went to the University of Diddy and J-Lo and Britney and Jessica
love
for many
it.
years.
And any difficult client that you have, how was Jennifer Lopez? How was
Jennifer
she?
Lopez, that was a good question. Jennifer Lopez is very tough. She knows what she wants. I respect strong women. So I'm not a guy who's
Me too.
intimidated by women or men who know what they want. Jennifer's precise. She's to the point. She's not your friend. You have a working relationship. And I really respect that. She's very, very busy. She's quite short when you talk to her, when you phone her or email her or text her, but she knows what she wants. And I like that. I think in life, after yes, the next best answer is no. Maybe it's a terrible answer because it leaves you sort of wondering. It's not definitive. JLo could say yes or no, and I admire her for that. I learned she's got a great work ethic. She also, too, believe it or not, Jennifer's in on the joke. Jennifer realizes how silly show business is, and so she can have a good time being one of the most famous people in the world. She's great.
I love it. And what about, Alex and Yellow? What's going on? Did they break up? You have to tell us.
I know. When I was working with Jennifer, she just broke up with Ben Affleck. So I was there for Bennifer. In fact, I wrote the press release saying they had parted company and the engagement was off. And then within a couple of months, she married Mark Antony. My experience with Jennifer is she is the rebound girl. When things go wrong, she often, and I think a lot of us do this, she often wants to find comfort in food or men. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if her and Alex do not work out, if we see Jennifer going back to maybe somebody from her past, dare I say, Ben Affleck and her are
We
still
did talk
speaking.
about this yesterday, that she's been talking with Ben Affleck, and he commented on her on an article about how great she is. It was a big article about Jennifer Lopez. But Rob, I told you, I don't think they're going to get back together. I think they'll be friends. Maybe they'll have a hookup night, but I think they'll
Mm,
realize they're better off not being together.
you're
That's
probably
right.
right.
I think so too. But I need to go back to Yellow and Alex. Is it true that Alex was, fooling around?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the reporting here, this isn't anything I'm saying because I know Jennifer. This is just as a reporter here. There have been several incidents of Alex being less than discreet, let's put it like that. With a reality star recently, he was allegedly slipping into her DMs. There's been other reports in the past of him having a wandering eye. And I think what I take away from this is that celebrities are just like us. You can be the most beautiful, most successful woman in the world, and you still have regular problems. So I think the mistake a lot of us think is that if we are famous or rich, all our problems go away. And they don't. Jennifer knows heartache, and I hope she doesn't feel it, experience it again. But I got to be honest, it doesn't look good at the moment.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. What is the thing is, I do believe that he's fooling around, but she's Jennifer Lopez. She doesn't have to put up with it.
I think that Jennifer Lopez is still Jennifer, that girl from the Bronx who has her
You
insecurities.
need to read my book, Sex is Timeless. Jennifer,
Send
please read my book, Sex is Timeless.
Get it to me and I'll get her a copy. Do that.
I will. Because it's about, it's about standing up for your self-worth. It's about what you deserve. And if it doesn't work, you have to move on. I do believe that.
Tough.
Yeah,
I
no,
do
I
too.
love you, but
It's tough.
right?
It's tough. It is tough. It's really,
I
really tough.
I know it's that, but Samantha, I know you had some question for.
I do. I have burning questions. So our lovely Delaina is also a celebrity journalist, and you work, the two of you, on a lot of stories together.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, what was your favorite celebrity moment together, apart from me being on your show?
That was the one. That was the one. We've had lots together. Delaina's a better reporter than I am. She's a better person than I am too. Delaina, we met many, many years ago. I was the executive editor of OK Magazine. It had just launched in America. And Delaina was there as the TV editor. And we hit it off immediately. We like working together. I think you need to find your people. Find people that you enjoy being around, that think like you, that work as hard as you do. And we became friends, and now we've been friends for over a decade. We got a morning show together. Now we have a podcast together. So we don't only spend a lot of time with one another working, we also spend a lot of time drinking and socializing. I remember one night we were invited sort of as celebrities ourselves, which felt a little weird, Delaina, to walk a red carpet up at the AMC Cinema, up at Lincoln Center, where there was a big event, and Diana Ross was walking the carpet too. And we bumped into Diana Ross on the red carpet, and I foolishly screamed, "Hello, Diana Ross." And Delaina saved me by saying, "He meant to say, hello, Miss Ross." Then she paid me some attention.
And she would not turn around and acknowledge us until we said, "Hello, Miss Ross."
You were right. You were right.
I love that. Well, speaking of celebrities and superstars, I mean, the Oscars are creeping up upon us. And I am so curious. I mean, after this whole year of pandemic, do you forecast that the starlets and the leading men will be subdued in their red carpet wear, or do you think that we are so excited to be still living and back on the carpet and the show goes on? Do you think it will be an exuberance of sparkle, sequins, and feathers because we're all feeling a little claustrophobic? What do you think?
I think you should host the Oscars. You're full of sparkles and feathers. I think it's going to be a combination of both. I think we're going to have some celebrities that are really excited to be out there. We've all been locked up for a year, but also too, there's going to be certain celebrities that are just not quite there yet. And while the whole country, the whole world is suffering, it can feel a little shallow for some to be out there and be flashy. Not all celebrities are quite as flashy as the Jennifer Lopez. The Jennifer Andersons of this world are quite toned down. So I think we're going to see both. It's going to be a strange show, but I think we should jump into it and embrace that it's going to be different. It's going to be at its regular venue too, but also too at the LA train station as well. So they're going to be over multiple different locations. I'm looking forward to it. And what makes this year so special too is not only the extraordinary times, but also too, we've not really been going to the cinema. So a lot of movies have been streaming online on these wonderful streaming services. So arguably we're going to see a lot of things we've watched on our TVs this year up for Oscars. And there's some great nominations there too. Lots of diversity, lots of brilliant roles. So I'm actually quite excited about it. I'm sad we're not going to see the red carpet.
I know.
I'm sad that the after parties are gone. But you know what? I think I'll even look forward to them even more next year. So we'll be okay.
Yes. I love the gowns and
You
the
do.
red carpet,
Guilty as charged. We can't get enough.
Yeah, there's some logistical aspects too that is really interesting about it. As somebody that's worked on Oscar campaigns, everything is shut down, including the fashion houses. So the great fashion houses of the world, American, Italian, French, British, have all been closed. So there's actually not that many options. So normally celebrities will get their stylists to go to the fashion shows in New York, in Paris. They haven't occurred this year. And also too, the literal shops, the workshops, the seamstresses are not there. So there's very few choices about these extraordinary dresses. They don't go shopping like we do at Saks. And even if they wanted to, Saks has been closed too. So I think we might see a lot of recycled stuff. So logistically, it's going to be quite a challenging year to pull off the looks we want, but it will be back. It will be back.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Any inside scoop like who is going? Is Jennifer Lopez going to the Oscar?
I
Who is
don't think I don't think she is this year because of social distancing. They're really being strict on who they invite. So if you're not nominated, you're really probably not going to be there this year. They want to keep the footprint quite small. So they've already said publicists will not be allowed. Now, I know that means nothing to us watching the show, but it does to the celebrities. They like having their own representatives meet them at the top of the carpet and get them in. So they won't be allowed. Also, too, you're not allowed to invite lots and lots of guests. So if you're nominated, you can get tickets for your mom and your dad and your agent and your brother and your sister and your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. This year, that is not going to be the case. So everything is going to be much, much smaller. So I would expect we're going to see hopefully a lot of nominees there. If they're international stars, though, travel's very difficult at the moment. I don't think people want to jump on a flight from London to LA to attend the Oscars. They've said they will not be accepting Zooms. So we're not going to be seeing people Zoom in and out. I would guess there's going to be a lot of awards this year that are going to go unclaimed that night because there won't be people in the audience to pick them up. Also, too, remember, a lot of celebrities now are back on set working, and the COVID restrictions are very, very strict. So they don't want celebrities to leave their set and then have to quarantine for up to 2 weeks before they can start working again. So if you're in a bubble on a movie set at the moment, which can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars each day, those celebrities, those actors won't be coming in for the Oscars. It's just not worth it to put everybody at risk and potentially shut down production and cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for one extraordinary night.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, it's going to be fascinating this year. You know, I can't resist. I just have to ask you because I know Luisa and I both have voting privileges for the SAG Awards. And we just, you know, so we watched everything at home, and I know who my choices are. But I know we're going to get into that.
I think we can all guarantee that Chadwick Boseman is probably going to be the winner for Best Actor. I think that's pretty much determined already. It looks like Viola Davis, I would predict, is probably going to win Best Actress, although you cannot count out Frances McDormand, who's a favorite of the Oscars, and No Man Land could win Best Picture. That's who I would predict at the moment.
I think so too. Though I have to say, Promising Young Woman was quite the movie. Rob, I've got to ask you. So one of the reasons we tune in for the Oscars every year, you know, we like to get our cocktails and watch, is because sometimes things go a little awry. Sometimes you have a controversial moment. What do you think has been one of the most controversial moments at the Oscars?
Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's a live show normally, and so anything can really happen. I like it one year. I think it was Peter Sellers who was up there in a streaker. A gentleman ran across the stage naked. I love craziness like that. What was that?
What were you saying? So something about
there was
with no clothes on, ran across the stage. No clothes, naked.
Streaked.
Yes, that was pretty crazy. Also, too, I think the year we all remember is when they gave out the wrong award. Poor Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway got back together since Bonnie and Clyde to give out the Best Picture, and they gave out the wrong award. So that was a moment too. And just as a fan, I've got to admit here, and forgive me for a second, I loved it when Madonna sang at the Oscars that song from Dick Tracy. I love those big sort of musical performances. I know that for lots of celebrities, particularly musicians, getting to perform at the Oscars is a big deal.
Huge. Love it.
Wow. You have another question, Elena?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking just a little bit behind the scenes, and one of the nice things, I have never been to the Oscars, but I have been able to go backstage and deal with the gift lounges, and those are amazing. I don't know if you remember, Rob, but there was one year when we were working on Gossip Table, and I actually got a bunch of gifts from the gift lounge to give out to you. Now, I don't remember exactly what I gave you, but I gave everybody a gift. And why is it so important to have these gift lounges? And we're not going to have them this year.
We're not going to have them this year. They're basically advertisements. So it's a way for sponsors, for products to get seen. I don't think the celebrities are that excited about it. The few times I've been to the Oscars, often celebrities don't even remember to take their swag bags home. They leave them in the limo, or it's not their biggest priority that night. But it's a really great chance for products out there for a price to get publicity and get attention and get people like us talking about it. I mean, the hardest thing for me is that the people that appreciate swag, free swag, the most are people that don't genuinely get it. These celebrities can afford anything they want. And so often, I won't name names, but I do know of at least a couple of really big stars that give their swag bags away to their driver or their assistant or a friend. And I think it's really nice. But yeah, I don't think the celebrities are as excited about the gift bags as we are.
That's right. I went to so many of those parties in LA. I miss those, so we are not having it this year. So, Rod, thank you so much. Before we go, what do you find sexy?
Oh, I like people that make me laugh. Like I think confidence and laughter is really, really sexy. And people that don't take themselves too seriously is something that I think is really sexy too.
I agree with you, and that's one of my chapters in my book, Sexy is Timeless, which I'm going to say in your one, okay?
Thank you.
In Which celebrity, would you say is sexy and timeless?
Oh, it's interesting. I think Jennifer obviously is a really strong choice for that. Jennifer Lopez is very sexy and very, very timeless. I also think Jessica Simpson's really sexy too, particularly now because she's so comfortable in her own skin and she certainly likes to enjoy a laugh, particularly at herself. So I think Jessica's really sexy. I worked for Alicia Keys too, and there's something very sexy about Alicia Keys. It's a different type of sexiness, but she's powerful and confident and strong. And then as far as the guys go, I guess Diddy is. Like, Diddy thinks he's sexy. He never did it for me. If he's listening, hi, Puff. I think you're great, but I never had a crush on you. But I can understand why people find Puffy sexy. He's got swagger. He's got it. Like the way he walks, he's a sexy guy.
Jamie Foxx.
Ooh.
I've met Jamie Foxx, and I have to say, there's something about him that he just comes across so smooth and so charismatic. He's very sexy and timeless.
Robert Downey Jr.
Uh-huh. Good
Sexy.
choice.
Yeah. What
He's
about
beautiful to me.
Rob, darling? What is your celebrity crush? Like talking about crush right now.
Oh, I really like Jimmy Kimmel. I know it's a surprising one, isn't it? I think I like sort of regular guys who are funny. Yeah, I don't like over polished. I look at those pretty boys with their six-pack abs and the Channing Tatums of this world, and I totally understand why people find them really sexy. But I think my celebrity crush is Jimmy Kimmel.
He's cute.
I like him too. Yeah.
He's cute.
Well, thank you so much. And ladies, you didn't get a chance to say what is your Oscar. Which movie do you think is going to win, Samantha?
Oh, Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
It's great.
And what about you, Delaina?
I think it's going to be No Man Land, and I think it's Chloe Zhao is her name.
Yeah.
Who's the director? I think she will be the second female director to win the Oscar.
I'm going for Minari.
Oh, it's a great. They're all great. They're all great.
Minari. So let's watch it and let's text each other when we're watching the Oscars. So thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. Remember, please be kind to yourself and others. Besitos.
Adios.